After reading the manufacturing process of tuna knives, I finally understood why fish knives can become a very difficult thing to inoculate with broken knives. Fish knives as a new creation in the aquatic industry, in the core field has an absolute mysterious power, which not only needs to be made by human beings, but also have a pair of hands that are flexible. In order to create a treasure knife with 100 years of history, here is a local factory with a history of 100 years. To the first step of the knife, the master will first open his teeth and dance to remember the goal, and then take out the raw materials and King Kong required this time, and then throw it into the furnace, the concept of 1,000 degrees of fun line. Thermal isolation and heat treatment. After the raw material is red, quick add out. Put it in the air and hang down to officially break the beat. Hand stopping and beating. Beat one end of the hand cake until it looks like a subordinate. It is then placed in the furnace for secondary heating. And this round of vertical punching is mainly for the blade. And reduce the overall thickness by about 2/3. Only if the size of the blade is more predominant. We'll enter the last round of heating and beating. And this layer is broken. It can be said that it is the most important engineering in this round. It doesn't just take me to the overall size. It is also necessary to do a good job of precision control. For the 90-year-old man in front of him, it's all turning out of mind. This is especially true of occupational diseases left behind by young people. The old man, no matter what the situation, will unconsciously blow with the child. This also became a habit that you can't change if you want to. Finally, the blade is sharpened. The surface with pre-cutting shows a light color. And go forward to start working on the details. Start by placing it on the touch platform. Cut off the hand cake only if there is more than a position. Then put the wood guard glasses. Bring it to the head. Holding the lesson of the knife steady. Polishing to another word. After a few sandings, the edges will also become neat. Next, shift to the front and prepare for crispy rolling. First of all, the surface of the blade is smeared with a layer of lace and a river. Then a river gas is placed on the surface of the fire dew. Perform a spiritual boom. Doing so will make your festive sex more reinforced. Prevent a river from falling in the crisp fire diagram. And the reason why the year chart is erased. There are several main reasons. Prevent the surface from overheating. Prevent the surface from being too hard. And the main reasons for preventing tool realignment. This is because the metal cools down at the moment of pre-water. The surface clay just happens to prevent the cooling process. Generated hard force problems. So as to avoid the deformation of the tool arrangement. It effectively improves the main advantages such as the capriciousness of the tool. Then there are workers who repair the details of the tools. Keep beating with both hands. Make the cutter look straighter. This is also a preparation for the next bite for the next Capricorn. It is then placed on the autonomous mother. Keep adjusting your hands so as to place it in the right place. This seems to be a dangerous mother's tool. It's not safe at all. He was only one and a few iron dings to be fixed. If you change the novice once the force is too strong, search all at once. Definitely will not issue a second production well. But the benefits of this stuff are also obvious. Both hands can control the progress of the mold at will. This avoids the need to be in the mold drawing. Vibration problems generated. In the blink of an eye, the double test and model research were completed. First down to start the knife and party model. Whether it's cold and fine in ancient times, or today's fruit knives. Knife recognition is always in the middle of the knife. The most important part. So want to polish this position. The method is not destined to be simple. This requires a teacher's uniform and gloves. The frequency of vibrations generated by grinding with both hands. Come and feel the charm of the details in the process of making the knife. After a long time of sharpening the knives, at this moment, he emitted an anomalous power. In particular, the cold angle comparison between the knife and knife preparation. The present article is so clearly depicted. Thinking about it, you can't see the traces left by the grinding process. Then take out the explanation. From the side of the knife handle to the side of the knife building, all the yards are dipped in the code. And refers to the upper part of the cutter falling out of the knife position. Then put in the sandblasting stipe. Start blasting for knives below. The main purpose of sandblasting. It is to increase the aesthetics of the tool. As a result, the knife rim presents a layered line. So that can be done to a certain extent. Increase the overall price. As for what it looked like after sandblasting, It will be shown at the end of the video. This is followed by the use of mum. It will be clean when the surface of the knife is white. Now it's time for the favorite tool of the descendants. Holding an iron hanging, he kept hitting the knife. And then the impact of the early sun. The surface was soon left with clearly visible text. Then put it in unison. After heating, insert it into the hand cake at a reduced speed. And swing from side to side. Then use the wooden pendant to hit it vigorously. At this point, a complete fish knife is formed. Then place it on the visualizer. You can see it below. The swordman flower text left behind after the sandblasting. The tiny floral inscriptions look almost delicate. It also improves the texture of the whole fish knife. Finally, enter the exhibition session. Say big tuna in front of the fish knife. It's like a piece of tofu. There is no predominant color with a certain point. What do you think of such a knife?